how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Now, a VPN can help hide your browsing history, yes, but I think there's a few things that you need to know before you trust that statement completely. So a VPN can definitely hide your history from your internet service provider because your ISP, if you didn't know, can literally see everything that you're doing. Most ISPs record people's information and they can sell it to third-party advertising companies, which is also part of the reason why you get a lot of spam advertising emails and things that are specifically catered to you and marketed towards you, since it's reading your info and like your cookies and your browsing history and all kinds of data there is being collected. So when you use a VPN, your internet traffic is encrypted and routed through a VPN server, which makes it essentially impossible for your ISP to see which websites you're visiting and what kind of data you're transmitting. As you can tell here, I turned on my VPN so that it's hooked up to the Atlanta server in the States. Now, here's a little caveat. A VPN will not exactly hide your browsing history from the websites you're visiting, because while the websites cannot access your browsing history, they can still track your activity using cookies, IP addresses, and other tracking mechanisms. But the websites will see the IP address of the VPN server instead of the actual IP address, which helps to protect your identity. And if you still want to avoid cookies and trackers, then I'd recommend combining the VPN with a safe browser like Brave for more security and privacy. Now, maybe you're asking, okay, well, if my ISP can't see anything, then it must mean that the VPN can see everything. And yes, that's absolutely true. Your VPN provider can potentially see your browsing history because your traffic is again routed through their servers. So in this case, the only solution is to choose a VPN with a proven no logs policy that's been audited by outside companies. And that's exactly why these three, Express, Nord, and Surfshark, are the best, because they're all independently audited, which you can check out the reports yourself, and they've all concluded rather well. Not to mention that in 2017, an Express server got seized by the government of Turkey, and they were still unable to access any information or extract any data from the servers thanks to Express's no logs policy. So if it was that secure in 2017, you can only imagine how secure it is today, several more audits later. Now, at this point, you get the idea of how a VPN roughly works and whether or not it protects your data, like your browsing history. So again, it depends on your VPN. You can go with Express if you just want to feel as safe as possible. Now, that's not to say that Nord or Surfshark are not safe. It's just that Express has that little extra bit of accidental real life evidence from the Turkish government situation. I would say, like, if Apple were to create a VPN, it would probably look like Express because it's really simple and reliable and secure, but also, it's fast and it won't tank your speeds. NordVPN is actually also super fast and safe. It's got 7,800 servers plus in 125 countries now, compared to Express's 3,000 servers in 105 countries. So it has more countries and servers than Express, but more doesn't necessarily mean better or safer, but it could give you more options if you really need it. Surfshark is less than both at 100, but it's still plenty to choose from at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Surfshark is even cheaper than Nord and has maybe a little more lag on the speed, but they are just as secure in my opinion, since they get audited too, and they have a bunch of bonus features to keep up with NordVPN. There's a lot to cover with the features, so I'm going to leave links about each VPN in the description, but they really are built to not only protect you while browsing, but torrenting too, which is a whole nother safety risk. You can also access different streaming libraries too. Like if you're sick of the Netflix lineup in your region, you can simply switch servers to a different country, like Germany, for example. Just refresh your browser and then you'll get to see what they're watching over there. So as you can see, a VPN does way more than just hide your history. It's a cheaper investment than getting a separate antivirus program or subscribing to a whole different streaming platform at like $5 a month or less. Granted, that's the price for the 2-year subscriptions, but either way, you can just take advantage of the free 7-day trial with all these VPNs, or you can use any of Express, Nord, or Surfshark's 30-day money-back guarantees to get your money back if you just want to try it out. So that's all for today's video. If you have any other questions about online security and ways to mitigate that, feel free to put them in the comments below, as well as any other suggestions you have that I didn't cover here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.